How's it going, everybody? Doing a drink review here today and a gum chewing ramble. I'm going to try to make it a long ramble. We'll see. Like 35, 40 minutes type thing. I'm going to be tapping on this AC Mirage case a little bit here and there because I like the sound. And I got a map here from the Godfather game to open up, and I like the map sounds. First, I will be drinking a Prime Hydration Drink Glowberry. I'm pretty sure I've not done this one. I've done a few Primes, but I'm pretty sure I didn't do this. I saw it in ShopRite, so I picked it up. We'll see how it tastes. I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. I just love that little blurbs. These energy drinks, water, yeah, I don't know, let's see. Oh, it glows in the dark. Charge in sun. Shit. There you go. Do these have to be shaken up? I do not know. Yes. Shake well before opening. Maybe an apple? Maybe there's a little apple in there. I can't put my finger on this taste. I don't know. It tastes a little appley. That's not that bad. But I don't know how to... I don't know how to describe it. Like I've said in the past, I'm not good at identifying flavors and stuff like that. It's pretty good though. It tastes like a little bit of a green apple. It isn't bad though. Interesting. Alright, I'll keep drinking that and I will get into the ramble here for a little bit. Just about anything I will ramble about. Do all these sounds first. A little Italy here, Hell's Kitchen, Midtown. Brooklyn over here. Like in Tunnel, Jersey as well. It's got the Corleone crime family tree. I heard this game is pretty good. I played some of it. I got it at a garage sale for like $1. And it actually had everything in it. But I only played the beginning to test it. It seemed alright, but I said I didn't get too far. I'm going to quickly just go over just some scores from a few of the NFL games. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a recap this week, honestly. I might. I don't know. But Eagles lost to the Seahawks last night. Kind of at the end of the game. Drew Lock, the old Bronco Drew Lock. I like Drew Lock when he was on Denver. I've talked about it. I don't think he got a fair enough shot I don't necessarily think he was screwed over, but I think they just didn't straight up give him a good enough shot to see how he would have been. Like, I see what Russell Wilson's doing this year. I was like, would Drew Lock be that? I don't know. But he came back, leads them to a win. Eagles had a shot because the Cowboys got blown up by the Bills, 31-10, I believe. So all of a sudden, the Cowboys are frauds. You know how it goes. Right? Eagles might as well be too. But I think Josh Allen had like 90 yards passing, but they ran the ball for 260 yards. So they were just literally, as they say in football, running it down their throat. I think the Cowboys are in first, I guess, on tiebreakers. Carolina won a game 9-7 over the Falcons. And they showed the pictures of the crowd in the stadium for that game, and there was nobody there. It had to have been maybe 10% full, it looked like. I think that's their second win, right? The Bucs did win. I think they beat the Saints. No, the Saints beat the Giants pretty badly. And the Jets got blown up by the Dolphins. Denver, I talked about briefly. They got smacked by the Lions. Real quickly on Denver. And Vance Joseph even said this. He's like, the Lions' offense is similar to the Dolphins. So Denver can't handle speed on offense, and they get blown up. Case in point, 71 game, 42 another. Now, Justin Simmons was actually in this game too. I don't think he was in the Dolphin game, but it reminds me of when Denver used to play in the playoffs specifically. There was 2 years in a row, it was 03 and 04. They would play the Colts in the playoffs and get destroyed because they just could not keep up. Peyton Manning was leading the offense too quickly that Denver could not keep up. And I think they beat them 42-10 one year and then 49-24 the next. It's a similar kind of situation. They just have a quick offense and they can't match it. But I heard something. Like I said, Jets got blown up by the Dolphins. I don't think Hill played, so that record might be in jeopardy now. Although if he beats it and he comes back next week, he will do it in the 16 games because he's missed a game now. The Panthers won 9-7-2. The Bears lost to the Browns in overtime. Flacco made apparently $75,000 extra for beating the Bears. He's been pretty good, Flacco. I'll give him that. He was on Denver briefly as well. He was on the Jets, right? Obviously, majority of his career was on the Ravens. What other games can I think of here? San Francisco beat up on Arizona. McCaffrey had another 3 TDs. Brock Purdy had 3 or 4 TDs. Samuel had 2 receiving TDs. They look great. They dropped those 3 in a row, but they are fully healthy again, and they're obliterating everybody. Chiefs beat the Pats. I'm going by memory here. I think 27-17 or something. Like I said, Denver losing. See, this is why Denver's full. They're losing stench. It's not fully gone because they win the 5 in a row. They go to 6-5, but then they lose. They get back a win, go to 7-6, and then they lose, go 7-7. So they can't push it a couple of games over 500. The way the rest of their schedule goes, they should at the very least go 9-8. And if they do, good, because that's 4 wins last year. I think Payton was screaming at Russell Wilson for, I don't even know what the reason was on the sidelines. Sean Payton's a great coach, but he's a bit of an ass. He's a bit of a dick. Let's be honest. He's one of those guys who would probably throw most of his team under the bus before taking the blame. But he's got a good offensive mind, obviously. Who else played? Washington lost to somebody. Vikings lost in overtime to the Bengals. I needed the Bengals to lose that game. So the Bengals are pushing again, too. The Jags got beat up again by the Ravens, so they're starting to stumble. They might not even be in first now. The Colts beat somebody, I believe, as well. And the Texans, I think, beat the Titans. So I think there's 3 8-6 teams down that division. Also, that division went from 1 team. Also, you got 3 right there. I'm probably forgetting a few games, obviously. I know I am. the Raiders. Oh, the Raiders destroyed the Chargers. Not as bad as the Denver beating against Miami, but 63 to like 21 or some shit. The Chargers fired their head coach and a few other people, I think, the next day. Oddly enough, Denver didn't do that after their beating, and now they're 7-7. They started 1-5. But apparently in San Diego and not San Diego, Los Angeles. Now I forgot. A lot of the fans want that coach gone. What was I forget what the Thursday night game was. Maybe the Steelers. I said that's a quick little recap. I'll probably just do it there. I'm just kind of not in the mood. I've done 3 role plays this month so far. I still want to get the. I had that second one. I did the request for the disgruntled library patron. I want to do the other one. They want another one, so I'm going to try a second one with a different angle with the tripod. I want to get that up before the 31st, so I'm hoping to film that probably it could be on Saturday, actually. No way to camp. There's a bunch of stuff with Christmas coming, multiple days of doing things, so maybe Friday I'll try to film that Thursday or Friday. I didn't even realize the cat emerged onto the bed. We'll see what happens. What am I talking about? I don't even know. I just looked at something on my phone and I've been feeling great lately, so I'm kind of good with doing these rambles. I don't know if it's the heartburn stuff or something, but I gotta go to the urgent care or some shit. I went to a regular doctor, but just go to the because he was more like, is it rib related or something, and then it expanded out, and admittedly it's got me nervous at points too, very concerned. So I want to maybe deal with that on Thursday and see what the fuck that is. Hopefully nothing too serious. We're going to see Trans-Siberian. Oh, I don't know when this video is going up. It might go up on Wednesday, tomorrow. So we are seeing Trans-Siberian Orchestra at UBS Arena on the 20th, Wednesday, the 20th of December. So that should be fun. That's the Islanders Arena. I have not been there. I heard it's super nice. They made the arena where the Belmont is racetrack. I have been to the Belmont racetrack 5 or 6 times. We'll take the train into there. You gotta transfer Jamaica. So we'll go Babylon to Jamaica, then Jamaica to UBS station that they built specifically for that. We haven't started Reacher yet. The second season started. We're gonna wait till we get back from Florida. So there's a couple of episodes to watch. Really like the first season, so. Oh, I forgot to. I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. It's actually pretty good, but I can't. I don't know what it tastes like, but it tastes pretty good. But it's not as good as the other ones I had. Although, was there one? I know I did. Did I do Metamoon? I did the one with something ice, the slushy. I don't know what it was. Ice Pop, Ice Bomb. I did a couple other ones, I think. The blue one. Go 6 out of 10. I might be going a little low on it, but. Still playing Jedi Survivor. Enter the world of the Godfather. Extort all businesses, take over all rackets, seize all warehouses, seize all transport hubs, destroy all 4 rival not an accurate representation of New York City. Central Park's like up here. Jersey looks more accurate. Although, you know what? I might be more accurate because this would have, when's The Godfather take place? Like in the, is it even the 20s? No. When the hell does it take place? 30s or something? Oh, wait, does it take place? No. Maybe it's the 50s. It takes place after World War II, right? So New York City would not have been as beefed up as it is now. Yeah, still playing Jedi Survivor. I don't know where I'll be at. I beat Ravis on the Shattered Moon space station thing, and now I was just doing random stuff on Koba, or Core, or whatever it's called. And then I gotta confront Dagon again, Doggin. Still enjoyable. I like the planets more in Fallen Order. I really like Koba planet. Jedha, I think that's the name of it. It's a sand planet. It's alright, but it's not, I don't know. The Shattered Moon space station thing's really cool, but it's not like a planet. I know I still gotta get to Tanalor as well. And you can go back to Coruscant, but that's another, like, it's not huge. You're just going through the areas you kind of went through at the beginning of the game. I did get my canteen at max capacity, though. I got a trophy for it. I've even had a couple legendary creatures and enemies. I'm just trying to explore more stuff on that planet. And whatnot. It's a fun game. I think I still like it more than Fallen Order because it seems more refined. There's a hell of a good variety of enemies, and I do like that they implemented a lot of the kind of Clone Wars stuff. You got all the droids and shit, and the ships, and everything like that, which is kind of cool. It's a fun game. I've put 25 hours into it. I don't know. I did impressions. I've filmed an impressions video on it, so that might actually go up tomorrow. I don't know, or I might hold that off until Thursday maybe. But I didn't think I put as long as I did into it. All the characters are really good, though, and the voice acting is really, really well done in this game. Everybody really, all the main people bring it. Even a lot of those people you pop up, NPCs you run into. It's fun just trying to find stuff and shit. That's what was cool about the other one. Once you get other abilities, like the Zelda back in the day and shit, you can do go to different areas you can get to. But I've had a lot of fun with it. And then I'll probably move on to this. I'm kind of pissed. Ratchet & Clank's getting neglected. And it shouldn't. But I've just been on a run here where, although Midnight Suns hasn't even been open yet, so that's the one that's really it. And then whatever I get for Christmas, so. But I'm trying to just focus on one game at a time and then complete it, like I did with Spider-Man 2, like I did with Ghostwire Tokyo, and what I've been doing with Fallen Jedi Survivor. But it's fun. I'm having fun with the PS5. I like it. I saw that Insomniac, I guess hackers got their stuff and leaked all of their shit. I saw one thing on Instagram, and had their timeline of games. Who knows if these games would have come out at these times or at all. But I think employee information and stuff was in there, so a lot of important things. I mean, I don't need to see leaks of the things. I mean, they have like an X-Men game, a Venom game, another Ratchet and Clank in like 2029. But that was probably like a rough estimate. The Wolverine game, I definitely will want to get, because I'm more interested in that character than Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 is really cool, but Wolverine I think will be, for me at least, better, just because I like the character more. What else have we watched recently? We watched this movie, The Sacrifice Game. It was actually pretty good. It was like a horror-ish movie, I guess. More like a thriller. It takes place, I believe, the 70s. These people are like trying to do this ritual thing to get this demon to come, and there's a little bit of twist when they get to like this boarding school thing. It's pretty good. And we watched some of the usual stuff: Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, Elf, Christmas Lodge. I watched most of that. It was a very basic Christmas movie, but I found myself invested in it for some reason. We watched Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy on Amazon. That was pretty good. What else have we watched? Anything else recently? I don't know. I don't think so. Claire's coming in from the old sun is moving around the house. I'm probably going to go about a half hour on this, a little more. 24 minutes. I think when the new year hits, I'm going to go a little hard on eBay for like a month or two. Clear out some games that I don't want. It is nice though having the PS5 and just like focusing on the PS5 and playing games and just enjoying them. It's like I said, I was like just spinning my wheels. Like the Xbox One, I would get something and kind of, I'm trying to think what the last game I feel like I played something fairly recently on the Xbox One. I can't remember what it was though. through in Final Fantasy VII, like a couple days. Actually, I think it was Thanksgiving. I completed it. I'm like, I gotta complete this, even though the second part comes out in February, but literally last day of February, I believe. So I was like, I still need to do it, and I still had some time left when I actually put it back in. But I was playing that game like early this year, and partial 22 as well. I remember I was playing on Christmas, I think, Christmas Eve. It was probably Christmas I was playing it. But great game, I loved it. I cannot wait for the second part, honestly. But it's been fun. It's been nice having that. Newer system to get into. I'm happy to see that the oh my god. The video game store roleplays is doing well. It's funny, somebody had commented about that, and like a couple days before, I was thinking, I haven't done one in a little bit. I was like doing those, and it gives me a chance to throw the PlayStation 4 box, a 5 box into the mix. That is a great sound. Weapons, police baton, revolver, carrot, shotgun, Saturday Night Special, Dillinger, time bomb, street sweeper, magnum baseball bat, pistol, machine gun. Oh, it's got the 5 families here too. Oh, the guy who voiced Max Payne died. James McCaffrey. I didn't realize he was in his 60s. That Max Payne, like, I really liked. The first Max Payne's awesome. I don't know if I ever, I think I completed the second one, but I can't remember a lot of it, the fall of Max Payne. But, and then they I guess it sold it. Or the name or whatever, to Rockstar. Remedy. I think Remedy sold it to Rockstar. Not to, was it to make Alan Wake, or was it to make Quantum Break? Alan Wake, Quantum Break. But Max Payne 3 was sick as well. I know they're redoing the first 2 Max Paynes. I think Remedy's actually doing that. So maybe they still have control over those 2 games. Three, like Max Payne 3 is like, those games in general are fairly depressing. But 3, like, oh my god. Like some of the stuff that happens before he gets a decent ending are nuts. He's like trying to find the girl, and like the second he finds her, she gets killed. Like other people just get, other family members, I think, of that family get killed. It's nuts. It's an awesome game, though. It's a really cool part when you're like an airport, like waiting area or whatever. You go through like the baggage part, the back rooms, and this music kicks in when you get out, and you're like, fuck. It's actually funny with Max Payne 3 because on the Xbox, I think it was at least 2 discs. It might have been 3. But this is a point where my 360 was I had to pull it apart repeatedly, and I couldn't put it back together properly. So I actually had to pop off the metal part of the disc thing to slide the disc in because it wouldn't open. I had the top ripped off. And it sucked because I missed like the best cutscene when he shaves his head in the game because I forget what I had to do. I had to get the other disc in. It's like you had to put the new disc in or whatever it was, and something got fucked up and I missed the cutscene. Because at the beginning of the game, like, he's wrecked, dude. As Max Payne usually is, and he's freaking like boozing and taking fucking pills and shit. I give him health back. That was a great game though, Max Payne 3. The first one's awesome too. I guess I can't remember a ton of the second one. I don't know why. Max Payne's the first game I had on the original Xbox. I knew what Halo was. You could argue that I should have gotten Halo instead. Or Silent Hill 2. But, that's the one I got and I enjoyed it. The good old original Xbox days. I've talked about how that was my favorite system in that generation. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it was the best. The PS2, realistically, is the best. Not the most powerful, but it had the best game library of that. The GameCube, if you want to throw the Dreamcast into the mix as well. The PS2 had the best game library because they were just heavy hit. Almost every year had some serious heavy hitters. I mean, they had their run at the end of 01. Probably from September through December. I could be a little off. It might even go back a month, but right as the Xbox and the GameCube were coming out, they're like, here's Final Fantasy X, here's Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid 2, here's GTA 3, here's Silent Hill 2. I think Gran Turismo 3 might have come out around that time as well. I think it was Gran Turismo 3. And I'm sure I'm forgetting other ones. I think Devil May Cry might have come out around that time as well, and that was a new franchise by Capcom, which was exclusive at the time. That first Devil May Cry was awesome, short as shit, but a really cool game. Capcom was kicking ass that generation. The Maximo games as well, which I don't think they've ever made any other ones outside of the two on the PS2. They had the Devil May Cry, Shadow of Rome. A lot of these were exclusive. Most of them were exclusive to the PlayStation 2 as well. Shadow of Rome was a cool one. You still had the Resident Evils. Those were mostly coming on the Cube. And 4 came later to the PS2. The Beautiful Joes came out on the GameCube. I want to say the PS2 got them at some point as well. Really cool, stylishly looking 2D games. They had a nice run, Capcom. I'm missing a ton too. They did have Dino Crisis 3 on the. That's Capcom, right? On the Xbox. They didn't put a ton out on the Xbox, I feel. Well, they have the Onimusha games were out there on the PS2 as well. I didn't play a lot of them. I remember playing the third one. Was it just called Siege or something? It had Gene Reno's likeness in it, and I think voice. They might have made a fourth one. Capcom was going nuts. That generation. Oh, that's a great generation. Like, if you wanted to argue, I'd probably go 16-bit. Genesis, Super Nintendo, and if you want to throw TurboGrafx 16 in there as well. That's probably my personal favorite generation. But 2 and very close 1 would probably be the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube era as well. I feel that's when gaming really became like it was everywhere. Like, it was just like, here you go. Everybody's doing it, you know? And they had 3 excellent systems, and you can count the Dreamcast as well, which a lot of people love. I enjoyed my time I had with the Dreamcast. It wasn't a ton of time, but just like heavy hitters in terms of exclusives on all the systems. Now, GameCube kind of got fucked because they didn't have a lot of third-party support, so they weren't getting the GTAs at any point. They got Blood Omen 2, oddly enough, but not Legacy of Kain Defiance. Soul Reaver 2 was only on the PS2. They missed out a lot. I mean, they got a good amount. They got the Prince of Persia's. I said they got Blood Omen 2. That was probably the big shock one. But still, with Nintendo, they're relying on their first-party stuff. And the GameCube had a good amount of shit there. They had, Geist, which was an interesting possession-type game. Eternal Darkness, which was awesome. The Twin Snakes, which is a remake, I believe, of the first Metal Gear Solid. And some other stuff as well. They had, obviously, Wind Waker, which was fantastic. They got the Resident Evil 0, the Resident Evil remake, which it came out years later on the other console, and PS4 and all that shit. And 360, I think, might have had it, and PS3. Maybe not, though, I don't know. But during that generation, those were exclusive. 4 was a timed exclusive. The Beautiful Joes were timed exclusives as well. They had Tales of Symphonia, which I don't know if that came out anywhere else. I don't know if that came to the PS2 eventually. Star Fox Adventures, which I really enjoyed. That was Rare's last game for the GameCube. I think they made a handheld game after that, even though they were under Microsoft. What else did they have? I'll end it here, thinking of what else they had. Oh, by the way, 6 out of 10 on this Glowberry. I guess it's just a Glowberry. It's not an apple. A sour apple type thing. Green apple. What were some other the Rogue Squadron games. Rogue Squadron 2, Rogue Leader, and Rogue Squadron 3, Rebel Strike was that one. Both cool games. They actually got Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy, which were also on the Xbox. The PS2 didn't get those. I'm not even sure the GameCube got the Battlefronts. I don't think they did. And Mario Sunshine was there. Super Smash Bros. Melee, which was awesome. That was one of the first games I had. Wave Race got one. They ended up getting Simpsons and Raw and shit. So they had it enough there, but I feel like the Cube was almost a better complement system to one of the other two. I think there was the first 2 Pikmins came out. It started on that. Animal Crossing as well. So there was some, especially with the Animal Crossing, there was some that were going to be there for a while. Metroid Prime started on there. They had that one in the second one. What was the second one called? Echoes or some shit. So they did have a decent amount. The Star Fox Assault, I think, came out as well on the GameCube. F-Zero GX. I don't think they've made an F-Zero since then, which is nuts. That game, I think I told you about. That game got me like, I was playing it. It was going so fast, and the colors were so bright. I was starting to get sick. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. 1080. There was a 1080. I think it was a 1080 Avalanche just on there. I said they had Wave Race. It was like Blue Storm or some shit. No Pilot Wings. What else? Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Square came back and made that. That was a completely different type of Final Fantasy. They got a decent amount of exclusives, and obviously their own shit. Was going to be key. And they also got Twilight Princess, but that also came out on the Wii. They did the same thing with Breath of the Wild. Twilight Princess is supposed to come out in like, I feel like 03 or 04, maybe 04. And they kept pushing it back because they wanted it to go with the Wii. And they did it with the Switch. Oh, Breath of the Wild's coming, it's coming. Oh no, it's coming out. When the Switch comes out, it will come out on both consoles. I gotta think of a few more. They actually got Star Wars Bounty Hunter as well, which was not on the Xbox, it's on the PS2. So you could do enough with third party, but you were missing out on all third party shit. Like you weren't getting any of the Silent Hills, none of the Fatal Frames. It was literally like all Resident Evil, Eternal Darkness. There might have been 1 or 2 other type things. There's no Cold Fear, I don't think. No, Hunter the Reckoning was on there. I think both of them were. Anyway, I'll stop it here. 40 minutes is long enough, Ramble. And of course, it went into video games, as it always does with me. Oh, listen, I would strictly do video game shit. Honestly, I love it, but I do other stuff as well. But yeah, thanks for checking this out. 6.0 on this Glowberry Prime. Thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.